Okay, of course it's like game time, and I just realized these are all upside down, so I have to flip them all around and be done with this in like an hour and a half. So all these succulents are gonna go on my green wall over here, which has a beautiful, beautiful view. Here I have my plan to lay them out, and then I'm gonna drop all these in these actually recycled bags that will hang on these plastic containers on the wall. Okay, so here's the planting system. We have our containers double stacked right there. We have these bags that feel like felts, but they're actually made out of recycled plastic. And then these drop right in, but before you do that, you put your plant in there. So I basically planted it, pulled the strings around it, and then tied a bow. And then these hang on our system. Okay, I think I finally figured it out. So I have my pressure treated wood up. I put my waterproofing membrane on, which is optional if you're outside. And now I have my aluminum sticks, I guess you could say. So I'm starting short and then going long. And basically these are what my plants are gonna drop into, and I'm attaching them with screws here. So I just gotta space them out. Honestly, the hardest part of the system was just figuring out the spacing of the brackets, because the plants have to just line up perfectly so it fits that honeycomb kind of design. But once that's figured out, it was really easy to do this. So I have all my rails up. I had made a mistake and put them all upside down. You can see that's where the water drips through from one container to the other, and this is where they hang on the rack on the back. So you put them in nice and snug, so they don't fall out. Over time, this is gonna kind of grow and cover some of this, which should look good. Now they recommend you start from the bottom and go up to make sure that they stack really well, but I changed it up because I wanted to play with my different colors and have fun with it. So for this wall in particular, I ended up choosing succulents. Succulents tend to be a little more expensive when doing a green wall because they're just more expensive per unit. But I think it was perfect for this location. It needed that pop of color between the purples and the greens. Also, it was a north-facing wall, so it never got any direct light, but it had a ton of bright light, which is actually really popular for succulents. A lot of people think succulents like super hot heat. There's a few that do, but honestly, the majority of these escheverias would really prefer to have just a peak of sunlight and bright light, and they'll do great. So this will be irrigated with a system that runs along the top, and that will just go run with the water dripping into here, and then it will drip into the next one here, and then into the next one as we go down. So what do you guys think? We hit the deadline. Now it's time to jump in and take a dip in the Pacific. Honestly, it pays to be friends with your clients. Let me know what you guys think of the wall overall, and if you have any questions, go ahead and leave me a comment, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I appreciate it. Have a great day, guys.